What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only Ash Said It. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,400 episodes and over 500,000 streams worldwide. None of this is possible without you guys, so I thank you so very much. Now, I know that we're still dealing with a bit of a quarantine life, we're dealing with this COVID-19 reality that's happening right now. And unfortunately, we're going into festival season, all of my favorite festivals are coming up, and unfortunately they have been they've been paused, they've been repositioned, so to speak. But one of my favorite festivals that always comes every year to Atlanta is, of course, the Gluten-free Festival that happens at the Cobb Galleria. But unfortunately, it's not happening, but the Nourished Festival is coming. So I've got Jen here from the Nourished Festival, the Nourished Group. Hey, Jen.
Hey, Ash.
How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm great. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good, Jen. So yeah, we've had to kind of shift gears a little bit as we're dealing with this pandemic stuff. So tell everybody, what is the Nourished Festival?
Oh my gosh, the Nourished Festival is the greatest place on earth if you are gluten-free or have food allergies or intolerances, or even if you're just living any kind of specialty diet life. Maybe you're plant-based, paleo, keto, anything like that. It's a place where you can learn about products, take a bunch of classes, and just be with people just like you.
Yes. So how have you guys been able to kind of adapt to this now COVID-19 existence?
Well, it's interesting. Just because you're gluten-free or have food allergies, COVID doesn't stop that.
No.
We still have to keep living this way. And it really is a lifestyle. It's not a diet.
Right.
So, we just have to keep moving forward. So what we have done is, traditionally we have 8 to 10 Nourished Festivals around the U.S. every year.
Mm-hmm.
And people show up and get to try and sample products from brands, take classes. Obviously, we can't do that right now.
Mm.
So we've created a virtual online event, the Online Nourished Festival, on September 24th through the 26th, and it's free to the public. People can go online to online.nourishedfestival.com and just sit and talk with the brands. They can buy products, really discounted products online. A lot of the brands are offering sample packs of products. So, still interacting with brands, learning about them, just not physically able to touch them and be with them. And then we also have over 50 free classes happening over the 3 days. Yeah, so really, it's, in the end, the bummer part is, people can't sample products in person.
Yeah.
At the same time, when we're in a physical building, we can only offer one class at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe there's only 8 to 10 classes over the weekend, and now you'll have access to over 50.
Wow. Yeah, that's definitely even. So, there's a lot of pluses to it because according to how you guys have structured this event, people are going to be able to really kind of have one-on-one time with some of these brands. And I think that's really awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah. The brand representatives will be there, still able to talk to you. You can talk to them in a group setting just like you would at their booth if you walked up to it. But you can also schedule one-on-one time with them or the presenters. So in that sense, it's really great. And then, a couple of the silly things. We don't have to wear a mask. We don't have to pay to park.
Yeah.
We can wear our pajamas. So there are some positive benefits. We have to look for the silver lining here.
Gotcha. Now, what kind of classes are you guys gonna be offering? As far as are there gonna be classes as far as gluten-free stuff, dieting?
You name it, we pretty much are going to have a class on it.
Gotcha.
We have classes for kids of how, what is and is not allowed in the schools. When we get back to school, what are they really, what does it mean if you have celiac disease for your child at school? We have cooking classes. We have baking classes, cinnamon rolls, sourdough bread, plant-based cooking classes, Paleo 101. What does it mean to be pregnant and on a specialty diet? What do you have to look out for? Anything really related to how do you live, how do you cook, how do you bake, medical issues, a lot of issues around the gut-brain connection.
Yeah.
The gut-skin connection. Our body, the knee bone's connected to the hip bone. Well, your stomach and intestinal tract are really connected to everything. And so how does that affect you? There's just a lot that we'll be talking about.
Yeah. And one thing that I know that typically just makes all of your events amazing are your volunteers. So are you guys pretty much rock solid with your people this year, looking for any more volunteers?
I wish we were looking for volunteers. We can't even use volunteers because we don't have any physical locations. Yeah. I think the biggest way that people can help right now is to share the word about the event. It's free to the public. And if you know anybody that is gluten-free, especially if they're newly diagnosed, if you know anybody that has someone in their life with a food allergy, they really need to know about this event. And I think that the grassroots marketing effort of our community, letting everybody know, is really the biggest volunteer gift you can give right now. Yeah. With this particular event.
Yeah. Now, I know that you've got your hands full, as you guys are coming up on this big launch, it's a big event. But if you could kind of guesstimate, how many exhibitors would you say you guys have?
We're going to have over 150, and that is just the main exhibitors. So say a food brand or something that you're looking for. Might be food, might be skincare, might be supplements. We also have a huge number of wonderful bloggers and influencers that you'll be able to go and see. Maybe you want to follow them. You love their recipes. You love what they're talking about. We have a lot of community support partners, so maybe you've got a child that's looking for a support group or a summer camp or looking for a new medical facility. So those are all on top of the 150-plus exhibitors. So close to 200, even maybe more. It's really exciting to see who's coming out and who wants to be involved.
Absolutely. And last but certainly not least, what would you say to someone who may not have a food intolerance but may be curious about visiting this festival this year?
Oh my gosh, that's a great question. I think, Ash, the biggest thing is you yourself might not have a food intolerance, or you don't know that you do yet. But as we age, somehow they seem to creep into our lives. But somebody that you know might be eventually, when we can get together, coming over for dinner. You may have a child or grandchild that eventually has a food allergy or an intolerance. You might get diagnosed with an autoimmune condition and have to go gluten-free eventually. So just being aware of what this means is really important. And I also think that just if you are somebody that is a member of a community, once we can start getting back together again more regularly, I think it's always good to just know what's available, help the greater community. And, a class on what does it mean to be plant-based, or how can you help your mental health or your gut health based on what you're eating, that's good for anybody. Everyone needs to know that information.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Jen, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you so very much. Let everyone know how they can visit the festival and, of course, to follow you guys on social media.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing you can do is go to online.nourishedfestival.com. If you want to put your email in there, we will let you know all the details of the event. And then from there, you can start following us on social media through the Nourished Festival, or also through Find Me Gluten-free, which is our restaurant finder app that over 3 million people are looking for gluten-free restaurants.
Sounds like a plan. Well, much more success. You know, you've got my full support. I'll be pushing for you guys, letting everybody know what's going on. But definitely keep doing the work that you guys do. You're doing amazing work, and I'm just definitely so proud and honored that, you know, you guys would include us in some of your promoters and things of that nature. So I love it.
All right. Well, thanks, Ash. We greatly appreciate it, and we just hope to see everybody there.
Absolutely. And I thank each and every one of you guys for all of your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face, you tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.